from New York and on the new Hot 97 app. Ebro in the morning on Hot 97.
No, ladies and gentlemen, give it up. Mayor Steven Fulop's here, representing Jersey City.
Thank you.
Big announcement. Is this an announcement day?
Yeah, today's the first day that we're going to talk about our 4th of July.
So this isn't public information yet?
No, not public. We're doing it here on Hot 97.
Now, this is I tried to tell him this was a bad idea because it's one of the best kept secrets in 4th of July celebrations, by the way.
So don't go on the radio and tell everyone about it.
So don't go tell everybody because then it's not going to be a secret anymore.
Too late.
Too late. Last year, down there in Jersey City, so let me just replay it.
Okay.
And tell me if I'm right. Liberty State Park used to have fireworks.
Yes.
Which were awesome.
Which were good, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Good.
Right.
I think we've raised it another level.
Okay, so you don't have to. He's not governor anymore. You don't have to. You don't have to
Well,
go.
all right,
you don't have to go after Governor Christie.
I just want to say
anymore.
we actually raised the level of fireworks when de Blasio moved them from the Hudson to the East River. We got the better vendor that they got rid of. That's how it got actually better. But
you guys didn't know this was beef.
All right,
Fireworks.
so there you go.
He's taking a
Okay.
shot at de Blas instead.
Now he's taking a
Right.
shot at de Blasio. Yeah.
By the way, though, I'm
that's
with
the
him on
truth.
that because I live on the west side, and so Upper West Side, you would have had a good view of fireworks.
True.
And now
It's true.
everything's on the east side. It's trash.
That's true.
So, but once that happened, Liberty State was great. Now, were
Right.
you in charge of Liberty State fireworks
For 1 year.
for 1 year?
Yeah.
But then Governor Christie did the whole weird thing where he shut down the parks that 1 year.
True.
You got pissed
Yeah.
and said, you know what? F you, Governor Christie. We're taking the fireworks right over at Exchange Place and did fireworks
Right.
right downtown Jersey City.
Yeah, now we don't got to rely on anybody except for ourselves.
And last year, you had Snoop Dogg set up a stage right there in front of the Exchange Place Path train station.
True.
There was about how many people?
About 150,000 people.
150,000 people.
I remember when we talked about this, I was like, wait, what's happening? I was a little nervous too. I was like, Snoop Dogg? What? And I was very, very, very impressed. And
Now, Laura, I invited you over to Jersey
Yes.
City before you had performed 3 years ago.
I spent 4th of July with you and the fam.
Yeah.
And it was great. It was actually super beautiful. We had an amazing time.
So last year we had Snoop and Akon decided to come that morning.
Because he's a Jersey City native.
Jersey City guy, and he decided to fly back that morning, and then he jumped on stage with Snoop. So that was great.
And now what are we doing this year? Major announcement.
So major announcement.
Jersey City, pay attention.
We have Pitbull this year, and so we also have Akon coming back, and we're going to recognize him a little bit more formally. So
Oh,
both of those two are going to be there
Pitbull and
this year.
Akon got classics together, right?
Yeah. I think Akon is dropping an album this summer, some Latino album, right?
Yeah, no, he's dropping like 4 albums.
4 albums.
Yeah, he's got a reggae album, a Latin album, an African album, and I think a hip hop album.
Okay. Well, I'll save comment on that for when we're not promoting the concert.
Salam Remy did the reggae album.
Okay.
I'll give you that.
I'm not saying all of them individually sound like they could be cool. It's a lot of albums to drop at one
I think
time.
it's like 6 songs each, though.
Hey,
It's
listen,
not
Chris
like,
Brown's dropping 6 albums at one time this week. So
exactly.
what is it?
52 songs or something. But go ahead, Mayor Fulop.
That's
So,
tight.
so it's going to be great. It's we're raising the level again. It's going to be bigger this year. More fireworks. It's a free concert.
More fire!
Yeah, it's going to be. Look, our goal is to have eventually the biggest in the region, rivaling New York City, and one of the biggest in the country. And I think we can do that. So that's where we are.
Yeah, see, I own a property over in Jersey City, so I'm not too excited about all of the traffic I love it.
Yeah,
But I like having like this special place to myself.
But you're
and now
walking-
you're opening
You
it
sound
up.
very Rosenberg right
know.
now. I just want to say that. You sound
God.
very me.
the people want to enjoy it.
When people start
Which
listening,
people?
When people
Who
start
are these people?
You're like me in 7th grade when Crossover by EPMD got big. I was like,
Nah.
no one likes this but me.
No.
Yeah, I understand.
no, it's going to be great. It's going to be a great time, and you're walkable, so you don't got to drive. You don't got to find parking.
Yeah,
you're
that's
right
true.
there. So I don't
You
know
know
what
it's
you're
amazing,
complaining
by
about.
the way.
Yeah.
By the way, it's incredible. And then also there's DJ set up. There's like there was are we getting the amusement park for kids?
So there's an amusement park for kids. There's music all day. Some of it's community stuff. Some
Food
of it's,
trucks all up and
food
down the-
trucks.
I
We
might
probably
come
have about
through with my
100
parents.
food
My parents are
trucks.
coming up. Maybe we'll come through.
Yeah,
You should absolutely do it.
It's
yeah,
really
totally.
nice.
It's a great day.
Because it's an
Great
easy day to get out of. No one cares about New York
Yeah.
on July 4th. It is not a
and
July 4th
you know you
centric
could just hop
town.
on the ferry too, and it'll take you right there.
The path drops you right there as well. So, I mean, it's really accessible for anybody in New York City or anybody in the region. It's a great time.
Yeah, and then there's the Brookfield Place ferry to Harborside Financial or Paulus Hook, which shut down at like 8 o'clock.
It's gonna be working well on the 4th of July, so no worries.
Now, last year the fireworks started at what time?
So we had a little bit of a problem last year because
Okay.
Snoop wanted to start late, and there's nothing I could have done about that. And so some of the parents and kids were a little bit upset at me because they waited for the fireworks and they were like 45 minutes delayed. I was caught in a little bit of a box because I probably should have.
Was it a hot box? Because Snoop was smoking so much weed. What sort of box was this?
I was in his trailer, and that is an accurate depiction of what that seemed like. But he decided to go on stage 45 minutes late. There wasn't much I could do at that stage.
Yeah.
So
I should have warned you about these rappers.
I mean, yeah. So this year we
I didn't warn you when you told me you were getting Snoop last year. What did I say to you? Are you sure?
Yeah. You're like, are you sure? You think that's the right fit? What do you think that's the community feel you're looking for?
Are you sure this wants to be your first look at a performer? But it came off great, and I love Snoop.
Yeah, it was good. He was great. He had a great time, and I think Pitbull's going to be great as well. I mean, I think we'll probably get a bigger crowd.
Yeah, no, it's going to be amazing. And so streets also get shut off in Jersey City leading in. What time does that happen?
So, look, most of the day you should expect that the downtown streets are going to have congestion and there's going to be limited parking. There's a lot of mass transit there, so people should use mass transit to get in.
Plan on doing that.
Yeah.
Now, overall, how do you feel now you're 5 years into mayor?
I'm 6 years into mayor now.
6 years into being mayor. Following up a guy who was mayor for how long?
11 years.
And how do you feel things are going for you down in Jersey City? You've had some tough times with the tax situation down there in the community.
Well, we've had flat taxes for 5 years, and we have a 2% raise this year. And so the tax situation isn't bad, but we did a revow, which hasn't been done like 30 years, which redistributed the taxes. So, it had to be done, and I think we did it fairly well. But the city's doing well. It's growing. We're growing the police department. Crime is down. Better community engagement. I feel
all the good stuff.
The good stuff.
Have the Jersey City teachers forgiven me yet?
Jersey City, no, you were really aggressive. You were super aggressive to people that work real hard for not making a lot of money.
I just want you to know, Mayor, that every time that came up, I tried to jump in. Like the first 2 or 3 times, I tried to be like, well, and then he just kept plowing through. So I just at some point started looking away.
It's not that I disliked them. It's just that the Jersey City schools, the public schools, they don't perform at the rate at the level I think they should in the state. And I do believe that the teachers deserve better compensation. I do believe that they deserve, better wage or better insurance, contract, out of whatever's going on. But I also feel like I want a better return on my tax dollars.
Well, let me ask you, Ebro. You tell me one urban area in this country where the entire school system operates like you want it to operate.
Yeah, but I don't own a property in those areas. Okay. I own one in these areas, so I have expectations.
So we have some of the best schools in the country. McNair Academic, for example, is best high school.
One phenomenal high school.
Okay.
We have one phenomenal middle school, and we have one phenomenal elementary school.
Like I said, some, right? And then we have some real tough areas as well. And it's not really the teacher's fault. So you were real hard on the teachers, right? And there's a lot of socioeconomic poverty issues. I mean, some of those kids come in and they get the free lunch and then they don't eat again until the free breakfast the following day. Right. So it's really, really hard to say that it's a teacher's fault. Those teachers
I never said it was the teacher's fault.
Well, they can't be surrogate parents, right? I think like that's
all I said was when they went on strike, I'm like, guys, we're striking right now. We're not even top 150 in the state.
Yeah, but we're competing against some small suburban wealthier towns. That's not a fair comparison, right? Fine. If you compare us to other urban areas like Newark or Patterson or Camden, I mean, we're killing it. But you can't compare us to Short Hills or Milburn. I mean, that's not fair.
Okay, you're absolutely right. So they haven't forgiven me is what you're saying.
I don't think so. I mean, you maybe get involved a little bit in the schools and you got to kind of reposition your comments a little bit. But
yeah, it takes some work, and you haven't even done the work to make it right.
True.
So
paying taxes isn't enough.
No.
Got it.
No,
everyone pays
bare
taxes.
Minimum. Everybody does
Yeah,
that.
what I understand, that's not even an option you have, and you barely pay taxes.
True.
People,
True. The IRS would say different.
But they'd be like, you don't really pay taxes. You're paying taxes.
Kind of be like,
you're starting to.
Do you?
Yeah, we don't know.
Now, Mayor Fulop, how do you feel about the current election cycle that we're entering with the presidential hopefuls? Who do you have?
I mean, I'm kind of on the sidelines. I'm probably the only guy in New Jersey that's not with Booker.
Okay. You're not with your guy, and that's your guy.
Well, I don't know if it's my guy. I mean, I don't really believe just because you come from the same state means that you're necessarily going to do the best job. I struggle because I kind of think like Biden is a little bit up there in age. I really have that
And he
concern.
talks loose. He's just talking loose and out of touch.
He's talking loose and he's out of touch. That's fair. And I do think you need generational change. I think that there's authenticity issues on some of the other candidates, right? I think they've been all over the map on issues. So that's a problem for me. Bernie and Elizabeth, they believe what they say, which is, good to hear. They've been saying the same thing for 20 years. But I don't know if they're electable. I think Trump's going to be tough to beat, and I don't know how that.
What does
plays
that
out.
electable thing mean these days? Hasn't that changed?
Well,
Has
no,
that changed?
I think when you get into the general election, it's like the person who's not so political. Are they going to vote for somebody who's saying that I'm a socialist? Like I think my parents are immigrants. They would immediately, not vote for anybody who says that they don't believe in this country's principles of capitalism. They believe in socialism. That's how my parents would look at it. They're like, what I would say is those voters that you got to win over. And so when you say electable, I think that's really where you're at.
Isn't socialism weaponized though? I don't even know if that's a true. It's not used. Right.
I don't think Bernie means it in the way that people sometimes think that they think that he's kind of conveying socialism in the way that it was 50, 60, 70 years ago.
Does he outright say that about himself, or is that just always how he's described?
He says I'm a democratic socialist,
Right.
which is kind of a way to parse words. But if Trump's going to come at that really hard, saying this guy's a socialist, and then if you're living in middle America, are you going to vote for a guy like that? I don't know. That's the question.
And why can't we get passed in the state of New Jersey? What's the problem?
You got politics in Trenton. I mean, Jersey City was a big champion of legalization. We're going to be first out there once it is legalized. But you got a lot of infighting amongst Democrats in Trenton, and nothing's getting done.
And what's the fighting about though?
Money is about money, essentially. It's about patronage and nonsense that people shouldn't be fighting over. And a lot of things are getting left on the wayside by their collateral damage, essentially, because, there's fighting and people are blocking things that probably are good for the state just because.
And do you like this new governor?
He's trying hard. I think that he's had trouble getting things accomplished because of the infighting in Trenton, but he's working hard, and I think he's on the right side of the issues. That's what I think. I think he's having a hard time.
Do you have a good relationship with him?
I do.
You run one of the biggest cities in the state now.
I do. I mean, we're going to be the biggest city in the state, Ebro, so just be clear about that.
Whoa. I was being modest about it.
What do I think? I think that he's working real hard, and I think that he's trying. I think he's running into some, pretty stiff headwinds on just Trenton, and that's been tough for him.
His name is Steven Fulop. He's a great guy, as you could see. A straightforward guy. And 4th of July goes down right over, looking at the New York City skyline, right? You could take the Exchange Place path right there from World Trade Center, or you could take the ferry, and you could see Akon and Pitbull for free.
For free.
Do you need some sort of wristband or?
It's free. All day, free.
Just show up.
It's just show up. It's a community event. We do it for the whole region. Anybody can show up.
You're not going to step in front of a huge flag and speak for 45 minutes like the president's doing?
No.
In front of Lincoln Memorial?
There's no politics. It's just free, and it's for the community and for families, and an opportunity to showcase Jersey City.
And there's food trucks.
I love it. That sounds way better than the
Is
option
there-
in
is
D.C.
there a
There's DJs on the
website
streets.
or somewhere where people can get all the complete breakdown of what's happening?
Yeah, there is a website.
He doesn't remember it.
I don't
There's people
remember.
doing- What's the website? Anyone?
I don't remember.
Come on, Elizabeth.
50starfireshow.com.
Okay, got it.
Elizabeth's good.
Yo, Elizabeth, what's going on with my parks on the waterfront? My daughter needs more places to play. Yo, you guys give it up, Mayor Steven Fulop,
Thank
Jersey
you.
City.
Appreciate it. Thank
Love you, Jersey City.